guys, welcome back to the channel. First off, let me apologize on audio and maybe video. I'm not on my typical big cam. I'm recording straight off the GoPro because, well, it's been monsooning here in the lovely greater Louisville, Kentucky for the past week, and progress has been slow. Problem being, I went to go fire up my main camera, what I normally record off of, and, well, the moisture content in the air is so bad that my lens is, I don't know, steamed over. So let that thing defrost. So I might switch back to that when, you know, it normalizes. But anywho, on the GoPro right now. And I guess starting with that, I'm now leading off with that, starting with this. Welcome back to the 69 Ghia. Hopefully this episode is gonna be the last episode. I haven't edited any of the content I have so far, so I don't know where we're, you know, in standing. So I don't know if it's episode 3 or 39, I guess is what I'm getting at. But the goal is, in this one, to get it on the road and get a test drove. I don't think I made any off-camera progress since the last time I recorded. So I'll give you a tour, kind of bring you up to date if I left anything out, so on and so forth. I think the last episode I had a fuel leak and just kind of washed my hands of it. Well, you know what I'm saying. To progress any further. We got it running though. But this is to get it finalized. So I'll get this thing up a little more. We got some engine tuning to do, and then I'll show you a new fuel pump. I got a new pump in there. Rerouted the belt, got a different belt. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Talked to various blowers. Gentlemen I spoke to, super friendly, knowledgeable, which obviously you're building the kits. You know, hope so. But, you know, I'm sure he gets asked thousands of questions a day and, you know, has to entertain them just like I do. So kind of like to tiptoe when I'm talking to people, especially people I need to help me. Ow! With that said, he gave, I'm fighting a couple things according to him. One, 1600cc engine with the overdrive pulley. Apparently it's not really a good combination for performance. So I guess, I don't know if I have it in the video. There's the first time I'm ever putting the serpentine system on. So I was, you know, contemplating if I was fighting that. Indeed I am. With that said, he gave me a tech tip to try to get the bog out of this thing. What the hell is this thing called? Accelerator, check valve, flow valve thing. He said switch it to a 0. And by switch it to a 0, I soldered the hole up because this was supposed to be a 55. I grabbed it out of a bench carb I have, actually a brand new carburetor I have, rubbed it out of there. So that's good. So what I'm going to do is, under his advice, swap it out, because the good thing is IDAs, IDFs, and DC, whatever these are, interchange a bunch of parts. Really, the only thing they don't interchange are the idle jets, I think. Maybe there's something else. So we're gonna, like I said, under the advice of him, swap these out. Put it this way, in the years and years and years of messing with carburetors, especially the Webers, the IDAs, and the IDFs, like I said, I've messed with these, but mainly on like Triumphs and stuff like that. Never, you know, I don't have the experts in them. But with that said, just messing with the IDAs and IDFs, I didn't even know that thing existed. Well, I mean, I knew it existed. I didn't know it was a I don't know, something you change? Like there were sizes? What it does is it meters like pump blowback into the bowl, is my understanding. So with that said, he is saying we don't have enough enough squirt, because I described what this thing was doing. You know, he asked me, you know, when you roll on the throttle or look down the throats, does it have a healthy squirt? I'm like, well, no, it's more like a trickle. And in the video of me trying to get this thing running the first time, I did state that there was, it didn't seem like it had squirter. I get to go fishing. Didn't seem like I had the right amount of squirter. It was like lethargic. So the consensus is I don't have enough initial into the system, which makes sense. The other jets I'm running, as far as the 55 idles and the 140 main, he said are fine. Don't even concern myself with them really till I get it accelerating, or you know, starting to accelerate. All right, this is a 55 as well. You probably won't be able to see it, but there is a very tiny hole right there. 55, that tiny hole is what I soldered up on the other guy. Question, is the gasket down there? Yes, it is. I'll fish that gasket out. Stay. Fish this gasket out. What I mean by gasket is the, well, washer that goes around it. Fish that out and use this one just because it's kind of one piece. Boop. Man, this one's super huge compared to this one, fit wise. All right, good luck, little buddy. Hope you fix most of my problems. That would be fantastic. Shit. Come on. Worst thing about everything being brass, it's not magnetic. There we go. Get this guy down. Put the top hat back on. Because I don't have a return, I should be able to see the effects immediately in this thing. You know, I have one small screw and I pick it, you know, one small screw, and I managed to pick the long screw for the small screw area. All right. Oh, I don't know if I ever finished my conversational story time or not. But yeah, so I'm fighting numerous things against me. Well, carburetor, pump, or carburetor serpentine system with the 1600. He said it's not, you know, it's not the worst thing to do, but it's going to tend to run hot. Overdrive really should be on bigger displacement engines, so I agree with them on that. Like I said, I've never used the overdrive system, or serpentine system, which is the overdrive pulley. I can't remember. it's going to be putting out some boost, in other words. Talking to him, I think I want to back off my timing some because I'm on the spicy side of uh-oh, apparently. Or double check it. Now let's key this thing on. Let me pump the pump and see if I got squirters yet. So like I said, it was a what are you stuck on? But yeah, like I said, it was squirting, but it was more like a trickle. It wasn't what I'm used to. I'm used to a you know, a fire hose, pretty much on all the carbs I work on. So new to me. And like I said, without really, again, I've used them, I've tuned them, stuff like that, but I've never had to experiment with them. All right, key on. So, I mean, that's kind of where I guess I get in trouble. No leaks, no leaks. I don't even see squirter. I think I have a defective carb, to be honest with you. Let me pop this lid again. All right. You get out of the way. It's like we don't have an accelerator jet. I mean, sort of. All right, I can see it now. It's just lethargic. All right. It is working. I don't know, maybe I had it wrong. But yeah, it shoots back. I'm an idiot. I was looking up. It is working, but it's, like I said, not what I'm used to. Because you figure I always look down into things. Anyway, it is squirting. It is I can tell you right now, it is a noticeable stream difference. All right, just out of the advice and fear, I'm going to back this timing off just a bit. Not much, just off the explosion risk. Because I'll be honest, I can't remember what I have it at. Before I lose this one. Oh, come on. We'll tune you back in a second. About a half a turn. Ugh. Definitely pulling more fuel. Definitely rich. We're back to smoke. Do not try this at home. I'm going to use it as a, throttle booster. See if we are not getting, if we need more oomph. I guess that's what I'm getting at. Basically seeing if I can compensate for a lean. See if throwing fuel to the fire will rev it up. It's what it wants. About dead. Needs more fuel. We're slowly diagnosing what the hell's going on, and it's a lack of fuel. Because I can give it a shot. Again, I do not recommend doing that. You can blow up your engine. Yeah, these are what, 45s, 40s? I'm gonna pop these out. Put a 40 in. Or sorry, putting a 70 in, and crossing my T's and dotting my lowercase j's that this is gonna do something. One in. I don't know how much of a I don't know how much of a bigger jet I can oh, what the hell? Are we not flush? Are we not down? I don't know how much of a bigger jet I can go with. All right. Squirting. I feel we're starting back to where we started, just with an exhaust now. right, guys. We're making steps. Got a 70 main, or 70, a 40, and still with the 55. So far, the only thing I guessed right was the idle jet. One thing that just concerns me is why these guys do not want to come back here. Seat. Because if that gasket's here and this is down, well, are we getting full range of motion? Or is this sitting down far enough to actually squirt where it needs to squirt? I mean, it's not, you know, not a lot. But is that what's causing issues? All right, guys. I don't know where I left off. It's the next day, by the way. I do not know where I left off because I was waiting on a delivery, and unfortunately only half of my delivery showed up when we modified that jet. Really didn't, it helped, but not to the way, you know, I wanted to perform. So you're going more excessive. You know, when stuff doesn't work, just keep throwing bits at it. I'm kidding. This is kind of what I was waiting on, new emulsion tubes. We're getting rid of the F11s and going to an F16. Maybe turn it into a fighter jet. Also 160 jets, or main jets. Still with the 2 correction on the top. Might end up changing them. Might down up them more, give a little more air. What I'm trying to do is, there's also something else that's supposed to show up. If this works, I don't care. But if this doesn't work, I have one other trick on my sleeve, up my sleeve, to try to get off throttle response. I think I said this. I talked to Barry's blowers, and they said that this dead spot is exactly what I'm fighting, being with the overdrive pulley. And like I said, I think I might have mentioned it. That's why I thought I was fighting this entire time. Was this setup? It's just too. I think I said it's too small of an engine to basically run this effectively, or I guess get the results I want or I'm wanting. There's always going to be apparently pretty much like a dead spot or something like that. I think I went all over this, but we got 160 mains. If this doesn't work, I'm going to bump, or if this sort of makes it better, I'll throw one. I think I got 180s. 185s, I will dump the fuel to this thing, because when you crack the throttle, I think I showed it, you crack the throttle and shoot brake clean in there, like an instant flush, she bumps up and she revs up. It needs the fuel. The squirters do not provide enough squirt. I mean, I'm back to the 70s in here, or 75s, whatever the hell I put in there. I got the biggest squirters, well, pump jets that I have in there. It's not enough. What I'm trying to do is, as soon as that throttle blade opens, I need those main jets just to dump. I need toilet garden hose action is kind of what I'm going for. And I'm hoping that's what the F-16s are going to do for me. Also, maybe atomize the stream a little bit better, because the F-11s, looking into it, if I show, I probably do. Every time I look into carb, I'm trying to see what those main jets are trying to do. Whether it's just a pencil, you know, like just dumping water in, or is it, you know, like the equivalent of like dumping water in, or is it actually misting it in, kind of like the brake clean does. I'm hoping those 17s will do that, or the 16s will do that, change my atomization thing. Like I said, if anything, I might go to a higher correction jet, just get a little more air in there to mix up the mix some more. Or at least in theory, that's what I feel it should do. But let's give this a whirl. It's another, obviously, you know, complete cold start. It's not one thing, it's another thing. I'm gonna check timing too, because I know I messed with it. Running smooth and happy. Just trying to let it get a little heat into the system. Obviously, I don't want to, you know, whack it when it's cold. But yeah, if you ever see me, I don't know if I've explained it. Every time I look into the carbs, I'm seeing what I'm trying to see what the spray is doing. And right now it's fine. Nothing's leaking. The jets aren't leaking or anything like that. It's strictly running off of the idle circuit. So that's telling me the idle circuit is happy where it's at least the 55 that's in there. Again, the only jet I think I guessed right on. Smells all right. Also, if you do this, don't stand in line with the carburetor, because if something goes backwards, like backfire, it's going right into your face hole. I've done it countless of times. Stand away, you can see what's going on. That stream looked pretty damn good. I'll try to poke you in there, I don't know, show you what I'm doing. See, I'm still trying to get rid of that. Still trying to get rid of that. What I don't want, I want it to whop. A slight roll on. Apparently, I'm never gonna get rid of the bog. But I want it to where you don't have to think so much. Like, that's normal. That's a hell of a lot better. Bit of a puff, but it's not rolling. Hell of a lot better. Hell, I think we're moving in the right direction. I can live with that. You're not, realistically, I mean, that's fine. Kills it. You can recover it. All right, hold on. All right, let's shut that down. All right, realistically, actually, that's really good. I got one more thing coming for this. I'm not going to mess with the jets anymore. We're going to call them good. Idle jets, I'm fairly confident the 55's right for it. With that said, the 60s to be determined. But they seem to be doing a good job. I'm going to leave the correction jet alone. Not gonna mess with that at all. But it is definitely a hell of a lot more responsive with those F-16s. So the combination between soldering the pump dump, whatever the hell that thing was called, I forget. Soldering a hole on that, the huge 70s that we have in the correction jet, or yeah, the pump jets,
and the 60s in the main with the F16s. Also, the F16s, in theory, the reason I went with them, I just didn't randomly pick them because they're bigger. The numbers on Webers mean nothing as far as when I mean, they mean something obviously, but as far as like an F2 is not, say, smaller than a F11, and an F16 is only slightly bigger than a F11, but the F11 holes are in different. If you want to go down Anthor's box or open Anthor's box, just go into the read up on emulsion tubes. It's fun. It's taken me years to kind of figure out what usually works for certain applications or not, because they all do something different. And like I said, it's not really like, oh, the bigger size, it's not like a jet. They just all do something different, and the numbers, basically are numbers to keep the jets numbered. The emulsion tubes numbered. It's not so much to really, if say, like, odd scenario, if the 11 doesn't work, let's try a 16, because an 8 could have worked. They all do something different. I don't know how to explain it. I hate doing it. I've messed with it so long that I really don't even know what they do. I mean, I know what they do. I don't know how to correctly describe every number. There's 3 that I typically use that I get away with, and 11 is typically my go-to. What else? But with that said, yeah, I think we're good on drivability, or should be good on drivability. I got some parts coming in. They're supposed to be here today. Actually, they're supposed to be with the correction or the emulsion tubes, but they weren't. So. Gonna wait again. Everything in my life is a waiting game. As you guys know, if you build these things, especially if you're building stuff that you don't know what's going on. I've got one more thing coming for this carburetor. It might work, and I might get the results I want. If it doesn't, we're just gonna leave this setup. It's another, I'm hoping, hack, for lack of better terms. I don't know how else to say it. You guys in the comments, if you're watching this, you might be screaming at me and telling me what I should be doing. But engine's solid. Like I said, I think I can just drive it now. I'm going to finish hooking up this throttle cable and stuff like that. I got to weld the front beam still too. Crap. Maybe we'll do that. So today's not a complete loss. Yeah, this weather in Louisville's killing me. Obviously, I don't know if you've seen around the shop. I don't have like the massitude of cars currently, nor because of all the rain that we've been having, can I just put one outside to get something else in. Mainly one of my vehicles in, because I'm even booked in my own shop for lift time. Yep, sure am. Not even a lie. I can't even get onto my own lift. I'm going to end up buying another lift just for my cars. Yep, my stuff only. We're not expanding. I just need room. But yeah, I'll put together this throttle cable or attach this. Timing, like I said, ever since that one comment I had about locking down a distributor, I now double and triple check locking down a distributor. But yeah, we'll let this go. I might get set up and weld that front. What are these? Yeah, these are 70 pump jets. We got 70s in here. These are what, the 45s? 40s. So yeah, we got huge pump jet going in there. Random. What were these? Oh, I was preset to put 85s in this thing. 185 mains. But yeah, let me do a little house cleaning. What are these? 115s. These are garbage. Well, not garbage. They're just not gonna do anything. Let me do some house cleaning, and you'll probably join me in the front. And I don't know if I showed the front beam or not, but let's get on camera. Figure as fat as I am, I'd stay in frame. It's because I'm round. Anyway, I'll drag you in there. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm probably not going to show you welding. I'll show you before and after like I normally do. Because everyone knows if it's like soldering, or anything else, you're always going to weld wrong. Doesn't matter. You should be doing this, doing that. Solder this way, solder that way. Everyone's a critic unless you're doing it. know, screw all my degrees. Kidding. Join me in a second. All right, guys, let's mosey on to the front of the car. I ran a throttle cable. Nothing. Oop, don't want to forget that in there. I mean, I still got to put the wheel on. Yeah, let me do some beam welding. I don't know if I've showed this. You gotta understand, I do a bunch of videoing, and I don't know what exactly makes the cuts or not. But let's rotate this camera around, and you'll probably see why I want to weld this beam up. They are, you know, like I said, everyone's a critic, but these welds definitely are super cold. And, you know, it was like someone used my first welder, which is cool. But I don't, for suspension, yeah, I'm still zoomed in, holy shit. For hold please. For you know, suspension or steering, yeah, not ideal. Let me clean this stuff up as best as I can. Also, owner asked about the steering box leaking. I think it probably came up in here. It was just packed with grease, which is completely fine. It's what I would do, but it's oozing out. So nothing major. A little excessive on the grease, I would say, but it's fine. More of a nuisance than anything. So let me buzz this thing up, clean it up, buzz it up, and show you, I guess, the aftermath of what I'm doing. Plus, I got to do a battery change. This is typical for the channel. The underside's in really good condition. I like it. Disc brakes, stainless steel. That line looks a little kinked. Good. Yeah, good with it. All right, let me weld this up before I get too distracted. I'll be back. All right, guys, first off, no battery change. Second off, yeah, you can be a critic, but at least this is now stuck. Don't mind, I mean, they're globbed on because I had to work with old weld, new weld, and I'm keeping the beam on the car. But they're at least, you know, I don't know if I'm even pointing at them. Yeah, they're at least stuck in there. I can only do the two sides on this one. I didn't want to go close to that box. But like I said, they're in there. They're, I feel a lot more comfortable with that, even though they are, well, I mean, they're better turds, I guess. They're more on a Taco Bell version than like high fiber. I don't know. Deduct that if you want. But I'm going to dust some primer on that. At least, like I said, I feel a little safer knowing that this beam is fully attached. Would it have broken? Don't know. Probably not. But do I want to feel safe knowing that this car's now has, I don't know, exponentially a lot more power, and you know, not going to say the owner's going to use it, but can use it now. If you hit something, I want to make sure, like pothole. If you live in Louisville, you know what I'm talking about. I want to make sure that the front end doesn't, you know, fall off, because that'd be bad. But anyway, let me. I still got to change the battery. But let me dust some primer on this, and then, or paint on this, and paint primer, what have you. Let me get some color on this thing so it's not exposed, and hopefully you'll join me in the back, and we'll get this thing revving up like it should, and a test drive, because I'm literally down to a test drive. I got a few things I got to button up, put shields on and heater tubes and stuff like that, but I mean, nothing, you know, nothing that, I don't know, you guys want to watch it? You might want to watch it, but just basically putting trays on, buttoning it up, if you will. Anyway, I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to pop out the chokes, or the Venturis. I'm thinking, well, not thinking, these should be a 30 millimeter. I think that's what they come shipped with when you buy them. What I was waiting on was different Venturis to, pretty much my thing is I want to, everything so far that has been going on, or that I've been doing, has been gradually making it better. And also, honestly, I was inside the car after I attached the throttle cable up, and I hit the gas. And I feel I'm fighting a problem at this point that wouldn't be there if you're driving it normally. Because very rarely are you just going to floor it or mat it right off the line. Obviously, it's manual. You got to do a little equalization, so on and so forth. And if you're trying to drag race, you're most likely going to be in the boost already. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull the chokes out, Venturis, what have you. Pull them out, see what we got. So like I said, they should be 30s in here. Keyword, should. I'm going to drop them down to 28s. I could go down all the way to 26, but realistically, I only want to do this once. Realistically, I don't actually want to do this, but you know what? Like I said, I'm trying to fix a problem that may or may not exist. There, and then Venturi. You should be slotted to slide out. So yeah, wow, that someone went got a little excited with their die grinder in there. Not so much smooth airflow. All right, these are 28s. Just gonna pop these guys in. And then hope, oh great, they don't have an indexing mark. Okay, that's fine. Shit. They index. What I mean is, these have a pin here, and they ride in. This doesn't. So for the sake of being able to get everything to a line, it should be like this. And I think I was correct. I didn't have to take out the there we go. I didn't have to take out the Venturi or the pump jet. All right, this guy will go like this. Yeah, like I said, we're just down doing this to a 28. Can I go more violent? Yep. Am I going to? Nope. Make sure that's aligned. Then the other side's going to suck because I can't see it. And I'm going to do the right thing and not take off the carburetor. All right, now it's on. We do the same process to the other side. Struggle because, you know, it's the other side. And yeah, we'll see what this does with 28s. By doing the 28s, I should be able to comfortably go to a smaller main jet as well. I think, what are we at? 160 right now. I might be able to go down some more. Because 160 is aggressive. But like I said, I'm trying to create a low pressure area so that the jets come in at a different time. Again, it's carburetors. It's very, very hard to explain what the hell I'm trying to say. Just on the, trying to get the correct words out, I guess is what I'm getting at. So let me keep on keeping on with this, and then we'll fire it up and see what it does. But idle circuit, like I said, idle circuit's fine. As long as that doesn't screw up, we're good. Main jet circuit, I mean, like I said, if this kind of, you know, it's a bit, whatever. But it's definitely going to change the performance. That usually does, for obvious reasons. You're changing something, so I'll probably have to tune it and do what, you know, whatnot. But whatnots and who-ahs. I don't know, I'm rambling. I just don't want to do the other side, to be honest with you. But yeah, let me get that one taken apart, squared away, and I will get back to you. Because one thing I've learned, everything is fun when you're working on cars. Like I said, the big thing with this is, like, I feel it's fully drivable. Oh, I do have a doghouse I got to shove on the cover. The owner actually did order one and overnighted it to me, so that's good. I just got to get it on there. Which again, only good thing is it's a Karmann Ghia. So, only good thing is it's a Karmann Ghia, which means I have a little more access. I'm also going to Loctite these studs in. I've had them vibrate loose before. Same thing with the studs for air filters on like IDAs and IDFs, mainly IDFs. But let me keep on keeping on. I know it's so exciting of what I'm doing right now. Okay, I think I've said this before. If you're going to be like Loctiting stuff in, you know what? Number one, you can use as much as you want. You can use a little like I do or a ton. But stuff like this, make sure you use blue. You're going to have a real bad day if you use anything stronger than that. Also, you can hand thread them in, and it'll set up to where you don't have to try to reef on it. At least in my experience, that's how it works and how I've gotten lucky. But all right, let me keep doing this. All right, guys, carbs reassembled. How did I bend that? Oh, I know how, I think. Just make it lower. Anyway, engage the choke. Give her some pumpies. It's like the, oh, also, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Yes, we have AFR gauge, so I can keep track of making sure that we're not going to blow this thing up. Ideally idle, normal, 14, 13. On the chooch, anything under that, I want it to go rich. It's doing its warm-up cycle right now. Thirteens. All right, I know the camera wasn't pointing down. Might have picked up some stuff, but we're fat again. Let me drop these mains. I'll leave that plugged in, just so it doesn't have to go through its warm-up cycle again. Idle seems fine. I'm gonna drop the mains again. Like I said, I lost track. What the hell are we in this thing? 140s? I want it to be drivable. And right now, I feel it is drivable. We got 60s in here, don't we? Yeah. I'll drop them down to 40s. See what my go-go gadget meter tells me. And if it doesn't hit the lean spot, we're running it. A 26 might help it out some more, but I think I'm going to be perpetual. I'm going to be constantly chasing my tail, one way or the other. So let me get another set of jets in here. We'll go back down to the 40s and see what that does. Oh, jets. Double check. Yeah, that is a weird snake. Yeah, it's a 40. Boink. Boink. Oh, yeah. If I didn't have it on the locks. Yeah, that idle circuit is tuned in. That jet change shouldn't have affected it, but I'm running lean. It shouldn't even be off this circuit yet. I-13s to 14s. I don't know if it'll pick up. Where I'd want it to be. Getting snappier. I've been staring at this for a bit. I think we just found a problem. All right, I'm not messing with it anymore. I feel that is perfectly drivable. But feel under load will obviously tell me more. If it is running rich, lean, if I need to add more timing, take timing away, so on and so forth. But per That thing, we're not going lean. Perfect, check. We're going 10. I mean, we're nose diving into the rich side, which is fine. Basically buried the gauge. And by the smoke, if it shows up, I can confirm with the gauge that we are going rich. With all that said, I think we have a problem. I just noticed from staring at this thing the whole time, I don't think this is going to shut. This is a Ghia kit, apparently. I think I said this in a video. Yeah. Nope. Shit. Expletive F word. Insert there. Yeah. We're right on the freaking carburetor. Cool. Great. Grand. Are we on the super? I don't have a fix yet. Ah, crap. All right. Let me call the owner. Test drive postponed. No, it's not any wiring. It's literally on the supercharger. He said this fit a Ghia. Why didn't I? Well, he has 3 options. 1, no deck lid. That would be my my go-to. Okay, I thought that gasket was leaking. No deck lid. 2, I can put standoffs in, get spacing, or 3, which, well, 3 and 4 aren't an option as far as being here. Back to stock, not doing it, and cut a hole in the thing. Not going to do that either. If you ever work on Ghias, price out a engine cover. Not happening. Well, shit. All right, let me figure something out. Because I don't care if it has a deck lid or not. I'll drive this damn thing. We know this. I've driven sketchier stuff anyway. Plus, you get to show it off, and you don't have to worry about engine heat. It's like a Baja. Yep, pretty much. Standoffs is probably what I'll suggest. Or, I mean, I'm going to give him 3 options for all I know. He'll just take it off, and he'll deal with it. I'll be back. Crap. All right, real quick. I didn't do the doghouse yet, but we got the deck lid mounted, or the engine cover mounted. There's room. I don't know if you'll be able to even see in here, probably a 1/4 inch from the top of the carburetor now, which should be fine. Do I think it needs to go higher? Maybe. Again, I don't want to really, and we're just, I don't know if you can see in there, we're just clipping that throttle bracket. So I'll get my angle grinder and just round off that edge. Hey, nut. I'll round off that edge so it's not sitting on the, sitting on it, because it's making contact like right here. But that's in at least. Oh yeah, prime, customary. You know, you always have to go to the, you know, when it's late at night, you go to the performance shop that's open late at night. Home Depot. Don't judge, it works. Get yourself some nipple fittings. Perfect. Also, there's a very good reason I use them. Number 1 is, well, they're made with a machine, you know, in a factory, probably overseas, don't care. But they're made, and they all, in theory, should be uniformed. Do I have round stock that I could have zip, 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 zip? Yeah. But by the time I cut equal length of what I needed and fitted it, stuck it on, I was able to make a run, grab hardware that's all uniformed, and just boop, plus I needed bolts anyway. I didn't have 70 millimeter long M8s. So let me get this doghouse on, and then hopefully next scene we'll be driving around. Gonna probably do an early morning test drive. At least that's the plan. Because we also have delivery, so this has to go there. And yeah, shuffling. Hopefully next scene we'll be cruising around. At least that's the plan anyway. I'll be back. Oof. I like the seats. They're just awkward. I just put about 5 gallons of gas in this thing because, well, it has a fuel gauge, but like most Volkswagens, I don't trust them. Hopefully this test drive is going to go swimmingly and easily. Obviously, we're off the rack. Only thing I'm bringing is a screwdriver because the throttle is weird. I'll bring it back when we get back. I think I solved it, but the pull angle of how the accelerator cable is, I don't know if it has the wrong linkage on it or what, but it keeps slipping the cable. So I had to drop the bracket to change geometry. With that said, I hopefully have it solved. Also, it doesn't seem like this kit with this pedal gives me full throttle. It's probably at three quarter. So might have to, there might be something. I know the other kit companies, they sell like a spool looking thing. It's a round thing that goes on that actually rolls the throttle. Might have to get that because that arm, it's not giving me full throttle, and it could also be because the pedal, because it's one of the aftermarket down hanging pedals. I don't know. I don't ever remember it being an issue. All right. Fires right up. About 3/4 of the tank. That's fine. The generator light stays on for a significantly long portion of time. It's like $4 before it goes off. It just went off. All right, let's take this out and see what happens. It's idling right around, I don't know, 9 per the tach. Oh, we'll raise that shift point. Go 3,500. The shifter's weird. Driven it with them before, but it's kind of odd. All right, join me on the road. I like the clutch. The lift's nice. Weird, I don't have to give it any gas to go backwards. Definitely is making torque or something. Well, we're back. Test drive 1 went amazingly bad. I made it nowhere, and yeah, throttle linkage went pretty much straight to the floor. I gotta figure out something with this cable. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's in the carburetor side because, well, the only place that there could be any stretch is in the carburetor. It's slipping that thing, so it's having a lot of, has a lot of resistance, I guess is what I'm getting at. Let me see if I can figure something out. Because when I do just the pull test, it doesn't seem like it has an issue. But when I use the actual throttle, it's I don't know. Let me do some diagnosing. I'll be back. All right, let's try this again. The cable wasn't slipping. The sheath, you know, to route it, that was moving. The holder I had, I guess, wasn't tight. It's not, well, I mean, it was tight, but it wasn't tight enough around that 1/8 inch cable. So it was allowing, every time you hit the gas, it was pulling the slop into the tube. So hopefully this fixes it. Again, have my screwdriver. Should bring 10s with me. I don't know, it feels better. Lube the cable again, make sure, let's just try this. Round 2. The pedal feels better. We'll find out when we get it on the road. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Not flooring it, but driving it like a person. It's all right. Throttle seems to be holding in there. There's just so much slop in this pedal. I don't know if it's picking up on my foot, but that cable's tight. It's the whole pedal mechanism rocking like crazy.
whine is where it's at. I'm sorry, if you've never driven something supercharged or, you know, turbo, you get the but the supercharger, man, that whine is, you know, where it's at. I mean, I don't care. I know turbos are cool, but I mean, I rather hear a supercharger, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, this is drivable. I think I could drop the mains. I might go to a 130 on the main jet. I already say that because when I did open her up just a little bit, she poofed. Which, nah, at least I know I'm not running lean. That's a good thing. It's hard to tune the main jet circuit in the shop without a dyno, like rolling road dyno or even an engine load dyno, because all I have in the shop is you know, visual of what it's doing, and you know, I can't maintain without severe hearing damage. Ooh, that's reverse. Can't maintain without severe hearing damage a high RPM. Dude, you're killing me. High RPM, so I can't put it under load. Once these things go under load, it acts completely different. She's not bad. Yeah, I'll drop that. What I got? 130s in there now. I think I could put a 120 in and be good with it. Or at least that's the plan anyway. I'll tell you what, it's fun. Car drives great. Something just mounted my accelerator. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. It all of a sudden got really tough to push. Ow. Maybe I'm imagining it. Everything seems fine. Yeah, weird. Oh, I see what happened. The freaking throttle cable. Can I get into that parking lot? The throttle cable pushed forward too far. I'm actually pinning on the throttle cable, which I was kind of afraid of. Because for some reason I can't get this thing completely tight. Parking lot. Limp you in. Because it didn't slip, it just moved. Which is fine. Why we brought a screwdriver? Tighten up this cable again. Yeah, it's wrapped. This almost needs the
sandrail style, like nut and bolt, because I think this might be ongoing. Stupid cat. All right, let me tighten up that cable. Ugh. We brought a screwdriver. Yeah, same thing happened. I guess engine got warm, and well, it slid back into the sheath. I got to figure some way to stop that from going in, because once it goes in, well, everything goes wrong. Other than that, it's fine. Keep losing your gas pedal. Right now, the throttle cable's fine, but it gets high and then it binds on everything, which is not what you know, you want. You know, I was gonna say let me lower the idle, but let's get it back to the shop. I might have to, man, if the throttle cable's too high where it was originally mounted off the bracket, it seems like it gives too much tension to break that swing. And I'm thinking when I went full throttle was the issue on this one, because now it's, the geometry is, it can't pull it any further. I don't know. Let's get back to the shop. I'll pin this pedal down and see what it's doing. Yeah, light throttle, it's fine. I guarantee it's when I open it up. All right, we're back. Yeah, no, here, I'll just take you off. No bueno. I don't know if you can see down there, but, yeah, not ideal. One good thing is this thing fires right up. It actually runs really good. I think we're good on the tune. I'm gonna drop the main jets, because like I said, I noticed the, I noticed it was smoking when I got one good throttle rip out. Again, to me, you want it consistent. But what's happening is, hold on, move this mount. Boop. What I have going on right now is the sheathing is getting hot. Yeah, you can see it's even bunching up, and it's pulling into that the tube. Because if I pull this out, and I can't get this to stop slipping, obviously I put heat shrink on it. I'm just trying to get something, but it's getting hot, and then it's becoming well, more of a. That's what's my throttle loss problem. Every time I hit the gas, it slides in, and then I basically, that pedal starts going to the floor, because this gets shorter. Obviously, the cable's technically getting longer. So we gotta address that. Huh. Not sure of a solution right now. But yeah, the original mount was up here. You've probably seen it in the videos. I put a bracket in, made a bracket to drop it down here so I get a linear pull. Because before, that angle was over the angle. This is what I was talking about. It was over the angle of this. So it was giving me too much of a oomph. Now we have like the exact opposite issue. But like I said, now it at least pulls good. All right. I gotta figure something. I gotta figure something out with this sheathing. This is not ideal at all. Belt stayed on. That's good. I mean, first test drive, semi-adequate, I would say. What can I do to stop that from doing things? It almost needs... I have another ferrule thing that's up here. Wonder if I just shove it into the tube. Does it fit into the tube? Probably not. Nope. I was gonna say, if this fit into the tube, I just shove this in and it will stop that issue. Is that what this is for? I don't know, it came with the cable kit. Again, no instructions. Was this supposed to go into the tube and the cable go through this and this stops that sheathing? Might be on something. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. Put that thing in. That cable, in theory, because it's a steel cable, it can't go anywhere. It's ferruled at the top. It's ferruled, it has a ferrule, I guess, at the bottom. It's stuck there. It is lubed. Let me just tighten that thing down just a little bit more. And we'll try it again. Oh, this is the point of test drives. That sound. Pedal still feels where I left it. Again, didn't open it wide open. But it still feels right, so that's good. I did notice, I can't remember if I said it or not, it was in the brain hole, but I don't know if the words came out of the mouth hole. She is definitely running rich. I'm gonna have to go to like a 120 main. I guarantee it's in the main circuit because I'm turning this bumper black. It's good, right? You know, right where you want it. Again, I know it's not running lean, and that just confirms with my air fuel gauge that yes, indeed, we are burying that needle. Didn't feel like engine though. Like detonation. It sounds like a heat shield. This thing is fun. I will say that. I'm being a little conservative with the, well, not really. I didn't do anything other than getting this thing running. So I have no idea as far as like the braking system or anything like that goes. Throttle seems fixed.
it up on the backside. Or at least I don't see it anymore. Alright, I think we're going to let this thing cool down. Come on. I think we're going to let this thing cool down and take it for another rip later on. Maybe give it back to him tomorrow or Tuesday. I know days of the week mean nothing to you guys, but I want to get a couple rips on this. It feels fine. Timing feels right. Rolling into it, there's no flat spot. I think between the 28s, like I said, the idle circuit's good. But I think with the 28s and the 16s, we're kicking butt on this thing. Yeah, this throttle's fine now. It's having so much fun. I don't know how you can't drive one of these and not just, you know, feel awesome. Trying to get it to ingest or fall on its face. Right now, third gear, full throttle, lots of load. She takes it. Didn't stumble. It's, I think we're good. I'm going to lower the mains by 10. So whatever the hell I have in there. Man, don't I have 20s in there now? If I have 20s, I'm leaving them. But if I have 30s, we're changing them. This thing's a blast. Alright guys, we are back. Again, we're only 900. Sounds like it's a hell of a lot higher than that. This thing is fun. Also, I don't think we're running as other than that load up smoke. I didn't see any more smoke come out the backside. Not saying it's not doing it, and like I said, it would only be when you're hitting the main jets. The bumper, I'll show you when we go on to the other camera. I'm gonna hold on to this for like another day and a half. We got good weather, so I'm not really in a pinch to get it out. I can get some more rips on it. Just make sure she's dialed, but this thing drives great. Again, I didn't do any mechanical work like brakes and stuff like that, so I'm kind of taking it less enthusiastically than I normally would, like bomb corners, stuff like that. The front end feels like it needs some work. It is a little darty. It's not bad, but it's noticeable. But what I was getting at is with that tailpipe. It's the old muffler. It's not this one, because the new muffler sticks about that far out from the bumper. The old one was right under the bumper. And if you look, the bottom side of the bumper is just black, and the top side's the rollover. So this engine's always ran rich or smoky. Perfect candidate for boost if it's tired. Not really gonna hurt it. But yeah, let me call him, tell him what's up. We might take another test drive. It might take you along and be nice, or I'm just gonna take it for a couple rips. But this thing honestly is performing pretty damn good. I want to at least hold on to it for one more day. Just to get some miles on it. Like I said, these are I'm basically trying to heat soak this thing. Run it up, cool it down, run it up, cool it down, run it up, cool it down. Basically, I'm trying, like I said, that cable issue, if I gave it back thinking it was good, he'd make it about 3-4 blocks. Kind of what I did. I made it a little further, but you know, before that sheathing started sliding into the thing, and then you lose your gas pedal. I don't need this to come back. Well, behold, I didn't know what the hell that part was. I don't know if it's for it, but it works. I'll just tell you that. What's hot start? No gas. Oh! Right on the button. Money, 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 money. All right, let me make some phone calls. like I said, it is warm in here. Might take you for a couple more rips, because this is a good time. This is why I love working on these cars. You get to play around with everything. Who has a subwoofer? I am recording, people. Rude and inconsiderate. Anywho's, let me make some phone calls, tell them what's up. Probably, like I said, days of the week don't matter to you. But it'll probably be 2 more days before I get it back. Just depending how many miles and heat cycles I can put on this thing tomorrow. With that said, this is it's fun. I don't know about you, but anytime I've driven, I think I've said this, I don't know about you. If you ever driven a supercharged car, I don't care if it's a Beetle or just anything, immediately, the I'm better than you face, even though I'm only making like, 90 horsepower possibly, give or take. And I'm not even wide open. I'm just driving city-wise because I can't really open this up. And I know this throttle can't give that full throttle. So at 3/4 of a throttle, I mean, I'm still having a good day. Thing's great. Bog that I think would have been there isn't there anymore, or is not present. So I think we're making good progress. All right, next ramble coming up. Anyway, new day, complete cold start. Like I said, I want to drive this thing one more time from a complete cold start because we fought issues yesterday. Wanted the whole engine to normalize. Traffic was getting a little bad. So just, we'll hold on to it for one more day. Let's see what it does. If it's, no issues, well, it's going away. And I'm sure the owner will be happy. I did not do any jet changes, did not do anything. This is exactly how I parked it. So let's see what she wants to do. Supercharger. Like I said, I'm probably going to end up lowering the idle when it gets hot, because right now we're idling, according to the TAC, like 500. When it warms up, it's about 11. It's happy. It sounds happy there, but I'd much rather it be right around 1,000 if I can get it there hot. So if you got to keep your foot on the gas a little bit to get some heat into it, you're not hurting anything. Also, I think I said, I just said I didn't do a jet change or anything. I'm going to leave it on the richer side for safety. Yeah, right now we're about 900. Going to leave it on a richer side for safety. I'll suggest to the owner if he wants to down jet it, it's on him. But I don't want to blow this thing up, obviously. Doing performance engines, you always have a liability on no matter what you do. So join me on the road. Let's see how this thing does. If it does good, we're kicking it out the door today. All right, first off, bouncy roads. First off, I want to say I did try to drop the idle. I'm out of idle adjustment. It's not even on the stop anymore. Well, it's on the base plate. I don't think I can get the butterflies closed anymore with the setup that I have going on, which is fine. It's not going to hurt anything. But the whole purpose of this drive right now is just get heat in it and make sure it's, obviously going to be reliable for the customer. Plus, who am I kidding? I wanted to drive it again. But yeah, like I said, the reason I didn't do a jet change, the main reason I didn't do a jet change was because I don't want it going lean, number one, and it seems happy. Can I go, like I said, we're at 130? Can I drop it to a 20? Most likely. Can I get to a 25? Definitely. A 30, we're ingesting a little more fuel, but also it has a lot to do with the emulsion tubes, the F-16s. They will, again, talking jets is hard because the F-16s are making the jet bigger than what it actually is, because it performs obviously a lot, night and day difference from what the 11s, the F11s that were in here were doing. And I am more than happy with the performance. My biggest concern with this car and the Supercharger obviously was just this, say, lugging the engine. Oh, the speedometer doesn't work. I didn't think it worked yesterday. I gotta go watch the video. I was never paying attention to the speedometer driving. I was always watching the tach. Yeah, I think that the last time it blew smoke out, it might have been residual. Because I'm lugging it and I'm actually trying to load up the engine. For one of two reasons. One, see if it loads up and acts funny. Two, I want to make sure to be able to pull and ingest. Because we know when it's spinning, it's fine. It's the low end is what I'm, more concerned about going for and all that stuff. Because like I said, I can rip this thing around all day long, but I want to drive it. Number one, how the client probably most likely will be driving it. But secondly, and more importantly, I wanted to, lack of better terms, screw up with me behind the wheel. So I'm really trying to run this car more or less how it won't be driven. Because right now in the RPM band, I know I have fuel going to it, definitely. And I know she ain't gonna load up. Plus when I hit the gas, it's ingesting and it'll be immediate. It's the lower lug, where it's not so much happy. I want it to be able to, like I said, hit the gas and go. Fortunately, I got a truck ahead of me and train tracks. It's so much fun. It's just the noise. Like I said, if you've ever driven a car with a Super on, it doesn't mean it doesn't have to be a Volkswagen. It could be a 3800 Buick. Or hell, a Hellcat. The big thing is, when you get that whine, it's just so much damn fun. I'm still trying to drive the car conservatively. Like I'm not beating the crap out of it. Fourth gear, she'll pick up and go. Yeah, whatever that weird, I don't know, tinging I heard the other day, that's gone. So it might have just been something odd. Because it wasn't like an engine ping or a detonation. Like I said, I know I'm rich. Yeah, I haven't seen black smoke or anything. But I know I'm rich. We're on the richer side, so it's not a detonation issue. But with that said, let's head back to the shop. I think we're good. Like I always say, I can beat the crap out of these things, and it doesn't matter. Like I said, I can put 100 miles on this car, and the first mile the owner gets it back, it could blow up. There's no rhyme or reason, especially with performance cars or performance engines. On a high mileage car, this thing, well, speedometer doesn't work,
but this is reading 92,000 on it. No idea if it's the original engine. The thing that might be helping this engine is it's tired, or by tired, yeah, tired. I don't know if I showed it, but I think I said something. The back bumper is quite black, and I thought it was my exhaust or the tune. It's been like that for a while due to the fact that, well, my pipe extends way past the bumper. The old pipe just sat under it. So I think it was like that when whenever I got it, except I never noticed it. Yeah, throttle cable feels great. That was my main concern when this engine heats up. I think the timing's happy. I think everything's right where it wants to be. I wish I had smoother roads. To be honest with you. It seems happy at $3,000 shifting. Yeah, there's a little flutter, but it sounds like a bracket or a heat shield. It could be the fan housing. It's not the engine. But let me get this thing back in the shop and join me on the big cam. I'll wrap this thing up and say it's good to go. And we're back. We made it. We're alive. I guess turning that screw down did help a little bit. We're about 9 according to this tack. Shut her down. Yeah, driving it, it smells warm. It is also, I'm warm. It smells warm in here, and I don't know if it's, well, one of two things. It's either actually running warm or hot, or most likely it's the new heat or the new muffler burning off paint. If you ever put new mufflers on, you get that distinctive weird smell. And because it has heat, I don't know how well they work, never looked at it, venting through the heater channels. But anyway, no gas, hot refire. She's shut off good, so let's see if she fires up good. I say she's pretty happy. Fires up nicely. But yeah, I guess I got to, I don't know, get my last fix in with driving this car. It is enjoyable. It is fun. He should have a hell of a time with it. I will give you that. I enjoy driving it. You can't help but smile like an idiot, I guess is what I'm getting at. It did fight me, but I'll wrap this up in my closing. I'm just happy the gas pedal's good. That was one of the main reasons I wanted to drive it. Stay tuned for the next scene. Me on the camber, rambling some more. All right, guys. 1969 Karmann Ghia. Another one in the books. AMR500 Supercharger. Installed. Sounds great. Runs pretty damn good. It's, you know, I don't know. It's weird to describe something because I've driven, well, obviously I have Ghias and I have had Ghias on the channel and, well, Volkswagens in general. You drive something and you have the expectation of what they drive like in your head. Some engines, don't get me wrong, they're stronger than others, so on and so forth. Once you put a supercharger on it, the driving dynamics in your head go out the freaking window. It's responsive. It didn't bog. Everything I was fighting in this video, and if you stuck around to this outro, thank you. But everything I was fighting in the video came to fruition on this one, and it, other than me being a dumb and forgetting to put the stopper for the throttle cable on, it performed more. It performed exactly how I wanted it to do. I didn't want to bog. I didn't want to have to constant, you know, explain to the owner picking up his car, this is how you have to now drive your car. I wanted to be able to get in, start the car, you know, let it warm up a bit. Don't get me wrong, it's a supercharger. Start the car and enjoy it. Drive it like a normal car. Nothing's worse than saying, well, you know, when you're going to be leaving a light, you gotta really easy onto the throttle so you don't have an issue. No, I want you to be able to get your car and this goes with anything. And if you've watched this channel long enough, you know, kind of, I hope my business practices to the extent of how I stand by everything. I want you to just be able to get in your car and drive your car. That's it. No added instructions. No, hey, it's running weird and you get on my, you know, oh, it's just an old car thing. You know, no, they're supposed to be reliable. They run, they drive, no issues. I said this in the car. I don't know if I made it to this cut though, or, you know, in the cut scene or the edit because, well, haven't edited it yet. It is leaving on the richer side. I'm doing that for two reasons. One, cooling. If you didn't know, fuel is cooling in an air-cooled engine. Number two, fear of going lean and blowing up. Yes, it's a fear tune in my head. I am going to recommend that if he wants to, he can put a lower main jet in the car and get a little bit more out of it. I guarantee that will happen. Tuning around that, you're going to have to adjust with the carb again. But with that said, it's on a safe tune. It's like any manufacturer putting stuff out there. I want this thing to live. Can I make it, you know, lean is mean kind of scenario? Yes. Yes, I can. I can probably get a little bit more out of it. I could move the timing. This is on the conservative side, and it will give you smiles per mile, definitely. Especially when you hear the whine. You can't not enjoy it. But no pops, no timing issues, no bog, no nothing as far as me having a fear giving it back that it's going to explode. Anytime you do performance on anything, you know, you're outside, say, the factory spec, you're putting stuff on that wasn't designed for the engine. So basically, you get no warranty. Here's the thing. I'm not going to warranty it if it explodes. Also, it's customer supplied parts on this end. But gosh dang it, I did my best for it not to. Sounds bad, but that's true. Also, like I said, there's like 93,000. I don't know if it's the original engine. That in and alone in itself could be helping due to the fact that it's tired and blow by. But that says it's going to need most likely more oil changes at a shorter lifespan. But where am I going with this? I guess I'll close it out. If you have any questions, obviously ask me, because I am now my own certified professional, and by no means do I know what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, this ramble's going on long enough. If you have questions, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you do. I promise you we will chit chat. As always, thanks for watching. Hopefully, see you on the next one. Working on a bus next. Thanks, guys. I don't know what the hell that was, but thanks.